Okay, y'all, I'm coming at you with this Loc Retwist. My client has had his locks for 4 weeks. So these are brand new locks, brand new, starting the process. You can see from the root that he has about an inch of new growth, which we started the lock here all the way down, and this was done with just straight comb twists. And today I'm going to palm roll it in order to retighten his locks. I'll give you a closer look here. His texture is about a 4A, maybe even a 3, the latter end of the 3s. Very coily, very curly, very soft. I always call this like baby hair. It's like little baby hair, because the texture is so soft. So it takes sometimes these a little bit longer to lock because of the texture of the hair. But as you can see, he even like you shampoo your locks. Oh, you don't shampoo it. He didn't shampoo, but you wet them. Yeah, so he wets his locks. He doesn't shampoo them, but he does wet them. And they didn't come completely loose. You can see that all of his starter locks are intact. Back out. They're all intact. Of course, we just have to go in and do the roots, but he has all his locks. Like, they did not come loose. A lot of people are concerned about that, like if they'll come loose. And sometimes they do, depending on how soft the hair is. Like this one's a little small, so you see right there, it's more retwist to do there. But yeah, this is 4 weeks, y'all. 4 weeks. Started with comb coils, and now we are ready for his first retwist. Some people recommend that you retwist every 4 weeks. That's my recommendation at first, just so we can get the lock to really lock and mature. But even if he would have went longer, he could have still came in and got the roots redone, and it would have been just fine, because as you can see, it's doing super well. Gotta think of questions that people ask me. But as you can see, like it looks good. I'm happy with it. Now, once the lock actually matures, you see how it looks right here, like it's more puffy, so they'll be fuller. So right now they look, kind of like skinny, but once they actually lock, like right here, how it is, you can see how it's going to look, like that bit right there, where it's a little bit fuller, a bit thicker. So, yep. So you guys can go ahead and watch me do the retwist. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I might come back on when I do my actual edit and add some more commentary, but I wanted to be able to talk through that. It makes it a lot easier instead of going back and recording. But I'll do a couple of them so you can see. I'm using an aloe-based gel. I think I used actual aloe leaf when I started these, didn't I? I think, yeah. So sometimes I use aloe leaf is a lot better, especially with starting them, because that's probably the most likely the reason why I get such a good lock and it stays in place, because the aloe really locks the hair. It moisturizes the hair, so his hair isn't dry. I didn't have a lot of buildup when I went in to shampoo it. It's good. But this time I'm going to use a little aloe gel. It's going to hold it a bit tighter, but still the same. You see that? His hair is pretty fine, so I didn't make the my boxes super big. I kind of like kept them medium. But like I said, once the locks mature, it'll fill out. Some people actually go in and part their parts. I just kind of clean them out like this to give it a more natural look. Some locks are like supposed to be natural, not so manicured, but you know, to each his own. Now once they mature a lot, then I'm able to use, I probably could use a big clip for him today, but I don't want to like put all those dents in his locks right now. But once the locks mature, I can like do a whole row and use 2 clips, which makes it a lot faster. I might have to go back in because you know these clips are, I'm clipping them so they like are stationary, but also that is pulling them down so I can get some length out of them when they dry. As you know, it's shrinkage with natural hair. The shrinkage is real. So I'm not trying to have that, so I'm clipping it a little further down so that I can get the length. Now see, you see right here? There you go. Come on. Zoom in. Okay, yeah. You see right here? That's how his locks are gonna look. More like this on the end. That's like budding. They call it budding. So he's budding already at 4 weeks. You know? So you don't have to be scared to go ahead and lock up. It is a process. It is a lock journey. So it takes time, and there's some phases that are not as desirable as others. But once your locks get locked, then you're good to go. You're good to go. But it is a process. But you just have to rock with it. No, it look good. Some people don't like this stage. Some people call it the ugly stage, but it's just a stage. But if you take care of them, and you know, taking care of them is like leaving them alone. I know this phone is not really fun. Y'all, I'm in the shop, so I'm the only one here today. I guess Keisha not coming in. They probably came in yesterday. It looks like somebody was here yesterday. And you see how I'm putting the gel on? I'm not even putting a lot. Like, it's barely, you know, just enough to get it saturated. And when I'm doing this, I'm actually combing the gel through the hair, the part that needs to be retwisted. When I'm palm rolling it, what I'm doing is I'm pulling the product all the way down to the end of the lock. So I'm palm rolling it to tighten this part, but I'm also bringing it down the lock and applying it to the rest of the lock, just to give it a little extra hold, since these are brand new. But you'll see in my other videos, those old locks, I don't even go all the way down. I have to, I'm doing some training. One that I'm doing is the Insta-Lock method. So I'll be able to lock hair instantly, like the same day. So I guess when you leave, it really looks like you already have a matured lock, and then you can just kind of go from there. So I'm taking that class, and then I do want to take the locksmithing class. That's a method. I talked about it before, where they like roll the hair like this and like get all the fuzzies off the end of those mature locks. Sometimes people have like really tight ones, but then sometimes they're kind of fuzzy. So they have that locksmithing method that allows the lock to be kind of manicured all the way through the entire hair shaft. So that's the one I want to take next. So right now I'm going to take the Insta-Lock And I'm really thinking that the Instalock method and the lock extension, so both of those I get a lot of requests for, and I don't do that. So my thing is, instead of not doing it, let me go ahead and learn how to do it and learn if that is a service I want to offer, because I'm not really sure if that's a service I want to offer. But I'm going to learn it. I'm going to learn the Instalock and then the lock extension and then locksmithing. But I think the lock extension and the Instalock, the method is basically the same from what I gather, but I'll find out when I do the class. So this, see how the hair kind of, our hair naturally locks. So those little hairs, I kind of just play with them with my finger and pull them apart to separate the lock. You don't want to cut them because you don't know which hair is holding this lock together. I had learned that a long time ago because I used to actually trim the entire lock from those fuzzies that I'm talking about. I'll just cut them off, but really you don't know what's holding the lock together, so you don't want to do that. And if people are like hard down lock people, they don't want you cutting it off. And don't ask me what I mean by hard down lock people. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Kind of getting back up to at least one video a week. I have several in my arsenal. I just haven't taken time to edit, y'all. Editing is like the biggest thing. It takes me the longest. But I think if I'm able to do what I'm doing now and do my voiceover as I'm recording, that would definitely help my process. And all I have to do is clip it together and get it to you. Out of all the natural styles I do, I think locks are my favorite. So that's why I want to take the classes. So I don't think I'm like going in loctician mode, but I do enjoy this. The process is pretty simple for me, and it's probably like the repetition of the rolling the hair is pretty relaxing. So as you see, like all of them are being rolled in the same direction. So even though these are down this way, they're still being rolled to the right. And this, the front, I'm gonna put them forward. Okay, so I have to finish the rest with the voiceover because someone came in the shop. But all I'm doing is, after I have allowed his hair to dry, I'm going back in and I'm tightening up those loose strands of hair around the lock to just help gather the hair and progress the lock. So you guys like and subscribe. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. My name is Naturally TC there. Also on Facebook. And I'll be back at you soon. Have a blessed day.